Frisco has issued bonds for Star Complex, for FC Dallas Stadium, for Rough Rider Ballpark, the Star Center, and Legends Arena. This is about $680 million in taxpayer-supported debt payments. Should we stop adding stadium debt?
So I believe that, well, first of all, I don't believe, this is not what I believe, this is the actual fact of it. The stadium debt that comes in is done from the sales tax revenue that is brought in. That is not impacting our city taxes as far as our property taxes at all. We are not shouldering that. I'm not shouldering that part of it. That's actually coming from people who come and shop here from outside the city for the most part. If you walk around Frisco and you are there at Stonebriar Mall in that retail center, you'll see that the majority of that is coming from people out of town and out of our area who are shopping there. In that, they're spending money here to then help us develop some of the amenities that we have and that we want and that we've developed. So do I think that us shouldering some of that benefit when those lease payments are actually paid back every month, but the lease payments actually pay back what we owe on the debt every month and it doesn't come out of us at all? I believe that that's a great way that we've been able to get great benefits and great amenities that the rest of the community and area is still coming in to shop in and visit, and it's still bringing money in. So in the end, it's actually worked as a benefit for us, yes.
I don't know if we need to stop adding stadium debt. If the taxpayers vote for it, we have to go by what the taxpayers want. Again, maybe on the bonds, information that we provide to the voters, or at least beforehand, not just a dollar amount, and then it's going for a road, or a library, or for some other infrastructure, that we actually put what the cost of the bond is going to be with the principal and interest, and give a little more details. And it may not be on the ballot per se, but at least like you're doing with the against the proposition and all this information that's going out to the voters, we can do something along those lines so they can be a little more informed about what they're actually contracting for and what they've actually agreed to pay back.
Well, you know, it's a tough one, but at the same time, you know, we got to look at cost benefit. I believe that there are certain things. Frisco's a great place to build, so therefore people are going to want to come here. So we need to start making sure there's more incentives that are natural, that are not financial. The other thing is we need to make sure we're getting bang for our buck. So if we're going to give incentives, we need to tie jobs to that and hold them accountable. And, you know, I say you guys will hold your local leaders accountable for making sure they do that. That's the only way. We have to have a benefit. If there's no public benefit, there's no reason to spend taxpayer money on it. What has to be reminded all the time is that the money doesn't belong to the council. It belongs to the citizens that you're stewarding it. So I would not spend money on my business, as was mentioned before, in advertising or anything like that, if I wasn't going to get more bang for my buck. Why would I do that representing the taxpayer?
Well, I think that's another good question. You know, what we've talked about in the past, the public-private partnerships, it's a cost-benefit relationship, and our citizens have paid a lot into that. Now what we need to do is make sure that we make those relationships pay out to our citizens so that we're achieving as much benefit from them as we paid out, as we paid into them, and that we're actually getting back the money that our citizens pay. If we don't, then the debt service is going to become overwhelming, and we're not going to achieve the benefit for those, you know, that we paid out in the beginning.
So it's important that as Frisco grows, and my goal really is that when I'm 100 years old, my kids and my grandkids and my great-grandkids should all be able to live in Frisco, and it still needs to be a great place to live. So the only way that can happen is by having unique and great things here. The Cowboys Stadium is a great thing. I think it's going to be great for the city. It's going to bring in a lot of revenue. It's going to bring in a lot of unique businesses. It's going to become its own area, cultural area, and I think that that's amazing, and I think it's going to be great for the city. We had to issue a bond for that, but I think it's money well spent.